There is one common thing in all the methodologies which are presented outside, and that common thing is different techniques. Different techniques are part of basically every method that you want to use if you are now in a path of improving your life. And I want to teach you how to integrate specific techniques in your life so you can actually move yourself and fill that gap that you're maybe now seeing in front of you. Hello everyone, my name is Carolina and welcome back to my channel. I am your master manifester, and whatever I set up my mind, I am getting exactly that. Even now, with the deep knowledge that we all walk with the spirit and that you can really actually relax with the knowing that everything that you need to know is built inside of you. I couldn't trust that before until I didn't get a deep knowledge what that actually means. And this is what I want to teach you today, because I was a junkie with so many techniques that were presented out there, and trust me, I wanted to do everything. I wanted to try everything just to figuring out and just to get to know myself more. And I started with meditations more than 10 years ago. And I went from that point to so many different ones. And the only thing that I see in common on every spectrum is that everything works. Yes, I believe that maybe now you are surprised, because I don't want to convince you which one is the best, because everything works, depends on a state and a stage of life that you are right now. When I started with meditations, but I didn't even know what meditation mean. So for me, meditation was, let's try to sit 15 minutes, closing my eyes and try to breathe. For me, that was meditation. And at that point, I couldn't stop my mind, I couldn't stop my thoughts. And I realized that I'm sitting, but I'm also calculating the time. I'm looking when that 15 minutes will pass. So I was not here, but a really good thing which I have built inside of me is that stubbornness. When I want something, I'm getting it. I'm so unapologetic. When I'm here to learn something, I just don't care. I want to learn, and I'm doing everything, and I'm using repetition that I have inside of myself so I can improve whatever I want to learn. So I started with that technique, and later on it was whole journey by improving and doing meditation and read about all kind of different meditations and being in a peace. And also a lot of time, up to this point, I was so consumed by spiritual ego. So I heard voices, or I was living in situations where it was more challenging and I didn't have my own space. I didn't have a lot of peace, but I always find a way how to do it. So even when I was sharing my apartments, even when it was like noisy or whatsoever, I was meditating in the closets. I found in a storage, in a food storage, I found all kind of different spaces just to do whatever I felt that it's work for me. And a lot of time where I can see today is that people are so bombarded with a lot of different information, and they don't know what to do, they don't know which one to take, they don't know which one would work the best, and now they're in a trap of doing anything. And even when they choose something, they choose it on a short time, and then they say, it doesn't work for me, let's move on the other thing. And in the end, they're disappointed with everything, and they're saying, yeah, like nothing is working, this is such a scam, it's not working, it's like this. But the thing is that a lot of time people just don't take enough time to develop that persistence and to go much more deeper into something that they maybe feel drawn to. And also, if you are changing a lot of things and nothing is working for you, maybe it's a time that you go back to the basics. This is how I call exact thing that I'm teaching you. Exact integration method that I'm teaching you. When you go back to basic, of course, every technique works. Every technique can unlock different parts inside of you, and it can show you what you're missing. But at that point, there is a time that you examine your limiting beliefs. And what I can swear by is that the fastest way, and for that I can say 100% that works, the fastest way that you can change something that you want, or you can improve everything that you want, is when you are in direct communication with the people that you're resonating with. And that would be my first step that I would have done if I'm doing everything from the beginning. Because a lot of times I kept myself small. I was thinking that investments in something is only how other people are making money, or I don't know what I will get from that. But if you don't know what you want, and at the same time, if you don't know how to examine your limiting beliefs, the good thing that you can do is to go and to be surrounded with the people and in an environment where you feel drawn to go. And at that point, even if you don't go with some enlightenment, let's call it like that, it doesn't click anything for you, you will know that there is something that you need to examine inside of you. So I actually went to the event, to the seminar, 2 full days, and it was amazing course. But I went there and someone who is so smart, I know everything, I'm just like so into that, I'm so smart, nothing can stop me. And I believe that's the biggest reason I didn't come out from a knowledge that I could get, because I was really thinking that I have that knowledge. So for example, when person was teaching us, I could basically finish every sentence because I was psyche. I was basically watch every video, not basically, I watched every video which was available online. And I was like, I'm such like advanced, I know everything. I went there closed. I went there as I'm like a finished product. I'm so amazing. Until I didn't realize, even years after that, how I don't know anything about it. And I was not humble enough to admit that person who was teaching us that course is brilliant. And I'm still bringing the same workbook, everything that I have, because it gave me now, years later, such a basic grounding point, which is incredible. So what I'm telling you, there is much deeper that you maybe can perceive right now. So my tip number one is, even if you don't know anything and you see someone who teaches, who whatever gives some knowledge from the field that you want, even if you think that you don't have enough money, you can't do it right now, just go, trust me, you will get amazing experience. The second tip is to being open and to be really honest with yourself, but not honest in a way. For example, I was thinking that I'm honest with myself at that point. I couldn't even imagine how deep I am in my ego. I was like, I'm so honest with myself. So if you would tell me at that point to look at your life, I would not know where to start. Because I was sure that everything that I'm doing, it's amazing. And it was for my state of being. But if you can be more honest, and if you can see the blind spots in your life which are not working for you, I'm inviting you to ask for help, to be around the people who can help you, to surround yourself with the community, and to not forget, everywhere where you go, don't judge, don't compare. Because a lot of time I was also thinking, how the hell this person will teach me something that I want when that person is earning less money than I want. But a lot of times, a lot of people that we can learn from, they have a lot of knowledge. But that doesn't mean that the money is their way of exchange value. They're probably living abundance in a lot of different ways. So never think that you cannot learn from someone who has a lot of knowledge and who is a big professional in a field, only because they're not exact representation of the wealth that you want. And this is also what I learned. Because we are talking about the knowledge, the technique, the value that person is sharing. And you don't need to be into what kind of value that person is taking for themselves. This is their own thing. The other third thing of integration, or however you want to call all this step, is that everything that you learn requires embodiment. You have to be certain. Even when you don't have a knowledge, even if you're not still in an environment or with the people with whom you want to be, you can do third step from a beginning. You don't need to worry. You can relax. You can embody personality of the person that you want to be. You can be open. And this is what a lot of people are actually forgetting, because they're so drawn to bring physical things into existence. Oh, I want to be in that environment, I want to be around that people, I want to this, I want that, but I don't know how, I don't have the money, they live in this part of the world, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I need the time, I need the years. And what about embodiment? What about being present and see what you have now? What about changing state of being without seeing? And the fourth step is taking action. I can hear over and over again so many people trapped into so many different techniques, staying in their heads without taking action. Taking action from a state of embodiment. Taking action by being in a trust. Taking action by being relaxed is something that changes everything. Because only by taking action we can close the circuit. We are living in a physical environment where physical action is required for a change. And nothing can ever change without taking an action. And I promise you, if you only do these 2 steps, and you can turn around, because now this time I started from a physical level, and then I bring you to the spirit realm. But if you can flip the sides, and if you can start from a spirit realm and put your intention down, you can go faster with your mind and with your thoughts. You can travel wherever you want. And by applying that as the best, or the best of the way that you can, as the best way possible for you right now, you will quantum leap. You will change the script, and you will be able to rewrite your story and turn around all your life. You will not even be aware how fast it will come. From whichever side you decide to go, in the end, you have to take an action. And don't forget, whatever side you're getting or you're getting better at, you should always work with both. There is no one or another. When they work in integration, only at that point we are able to live as a whole person. I hope that this video really helps you today. I'm inviting you, if you want to work with me, if that message resonates with you, you can click in any link in the description below, And I'm so grateful for every each of you, and see you in the next video. Bye.